The audience is requested to remain seated until the platform party reaches the stage. Let the student procession begin. Golden Terp engineers are Clark School alumni who are celebrating their 50th, 55th, 60th, 75th, 65th, 70th, or 75th reunions. The Golden Terps, wearing their gold medallions and gold robes, will lead the procession during the spring commencement ceremony. This year's Golden Terps celebrate the classes of 1968, 1963, 1958, 1953, and before. Please remain seated as this year's Golden Terps are introduced. This year's honorees include Mr. Keith Angerman, BS 68, Civil Engineering; Dr. Soo-Young Chong, MS 68, Electrical Engineering, PhD 71, Electrical Engineering; Mr. John Horrocks, BS 68, Electrical Engineering; Mr. John Caker, Senior, BS 68, Electrical Engineering; Mr. John LaBerge, BS 53, Chemical Engineering; Dr. Richard Milstead, BS 68, Mechanical Engineering; Mr. Donald L. Myers, BS 68, Electrical Engineering; Mr. John Trex, BS 63, Civil Engineering, MS 69, Civil Engineering; Dr. Harry Van Trees, MS 58, Electrical Engineering; Mr. Russell Wernath, BS 64, Mechanical Engineering, MS 68, Mechanical Engineering; Mr. Mark Wilbur, BS 68, Electrical Engineering. Please remain seated for the faculty procession. Please remain seated for the platform party procession. Will the audience please rise for the playing of the national anthem? Please be seated. For your convenience, Grad Images has professional photographers on hand who will photograph each graduate. Each graduate will be contacted directly by the photographer on how to order copies of these pictures. We ask that those of you who wish to take pictures of your loved ones, please restrict your assembly to the designated areas in the arena. These ceremonies are also being streamed live and will be televised on UMTV. The link to the webcast is printed in your program for future reference. Dr. Darrell J. Pines, Dean of the A. James Clark School of Engineering, and Nariman Farvardin Professor of Aerospace Engineering, will preside over the commencement exercises.
Good afternoon. Oh, that sounds a little weak. Good afternoon. There we go. Welcome, welcome everyone. Good afternoon, Golden Terps. Woo! How about a round of applause for our Golden Terps? Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, our Golden Terps are those graduates who have graduated 50 years, 55 years, 60 years, or 65 years ago. So give them another round of applause for being here today. So members of the faculty and staff, honored guests, students, families and friends, and of course our Golden Terps, welcome to the A. James Clark School of Engineering's May 2018 commencement exercises. The diploma that you will receive tells the world that you have not only mastered the field of engineering, it speaks to your determination, passion, and competitive drive. Graduates of our school are fearless innovators. A University of Maryland diploma shows entrepreneurial spirit. Through our programs, activities, and experiences outside the classroom, we encourage our students to embrace entrepreneurship and the leadership and independence it requires. Your Clark School diploma shows that you feel an obligation to bring a positive change to the world. Your diploma also connects you with a vast and powerful network of highly accomplished alumni. Our graduates are CEOs of major corporations and companies, leaders at bold and energetic startups, social entrepreneurs, accomplished university professors, and pioneering researchers at government labs. Some of them are with us today as Golden Terps. Graduates, you are ready. Your diploma is proof of that. I applaud you, your family, and our faculty and staff for making that possible. Graduates, job well done. It is now my distinguished pleasure and honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Mr. Brendan Bechtel, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Bechtel Group, Incorporated. Mr. Bechtel has been the Bechtel Group's chairman since April of 2017 and executive officer since September of 2016. He was Bechtel's president and chief operating officer from 2014 to 2016. Previously, he served in executive management and operation roles, including president of the company's oil, gas, and chemical operations and global business unit, general manager of OG&C liquefied natural gas business line, and senior project management for the Queensland Curtis LNG project, the first of Bechtel's 4 liquid natural gas mega projects in Australia. Mr. Bechtel is the 5th generation of his family, the Bechtel family, to lead the company. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in geography from Middlebury College in Vermont. He also earned a dual master's degree at Stanford University in business and construction engineering and management. Mr. Bechtel currently serves on the Board of Trustees for the National Geographic Society and the Center for Strategic and International Studies, both in Washington, D.C. Mr. Bechtel is a member of the Business Roundtable, where he serves on the Infrastructure Committee and the Education and Workforce Committee. He is also a member of the American Society of Corporate Executives and Council on Foreign Relations. In 2016, Fortune magazine named Mr. Bechtel #1 on their annual 40 Under 40 list. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Brendan Bechtel.
Good afternoon. We're going to do that one more time. Good afternoon. All right. It's an honor to be with you today, a very special day for the graduates and their families. To Dean Pines, distinguished faculty members and staff, thank you for inviting me and for your kind introduction. To all of you parents, family, and friends, as a relatively new dad myself to 2 going on 3 daughters, I have to say I'm looking forward to one day sitting where you are. Thank you for the privilege of sharing this momentous occasion, and thank you for all the support I know you've given today's graduates over the years. And finally, to our stars today, to every one of you in the class of 2018, congratulations on a job very well done. Today is a day to be proud of yourselves and to celebrate your accomplishment before you lean forward into life's next chapter. I still remember my own graduation, how good it felt to finally cross that finish line, how bittersweet it was to be saying goodbye to great friends, but how exciting and nerve-wracking it was to be thinking about what's next and when do I get started. And I also remember how much I wished our graduation speaker had been given this pearl of wisdom that was once given to me. Nobody ever complained that a speech was too short. The good news is I have only about 167 PowerPoint slides on structural dynamics, something the dean knows a little something about, that I'd like to review in painstaking detail with each of the graduates. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll do my best to heed that advice this afternoon, particularly since I know I'm standing between you and your first beer officially as a Terp alum at Looney's or whatever establishment is fashionable today. So, yeah. What I actually remember most about my own graduation was thinking, now that I've crossed the finish line, what comes tomorrow? And am I ready for it? You may be wondering the same thing. Here's the answer. Yes, you are. I know this not just because the Clark School is one of America's top engineering programs with gifted faculty and teachers and brilliant leaders like Dean Pines. I know it because our company, Bechtel, has partnered with the Clark School for at least the last 15 years, and we have more than 200 Terps in our company, some of them in significant leadership roles, working on some of the most amazing projects around the world. So take it from me, this incredible education you've received here has given you the knowledge and the tools you'll need to succeed. I have confidence in you, graduates, because I've seen the evidence of how good you are. I work alongside your fellow alums, and I'm proud to call them my colleagues. There are times ahead of you when, in spite of the evidence, because we're human, with all of our flaws and fears, we still worry whether we're ready for the challenges in front of us, especially when life throws us a curveball. As the dean mentioned, I'm the 5th generation of my family to lead our company. In a lot of ways, I've spent a lifetime preparing for this job. From the time I was a little kid, I watched and learned as my father was stretched and grew early in his Bechtel career, going on to ultimately lead our company for nearly 25 years. Some of my earliest memories were at age 3, living in a trailer in the jungle in Borneo. That's in Indonesia for those of you that aren't recovering geography majors. Age 3, living in Borneo in a trailer in my first Bechtel construction camp, where my dad was a Bechtel project superintendent on one of the Bontang gas plants. I started working summers at Bechtel when I was 14. Later, I went on to college and to grad school, and then I moved around the world on Bechtel assignments, always chasing the steepest learning curve I could find. After graduate school, I aspired and I hoped that maybe someday I could earn the top job, but I never expected it, and I always thought it would be far off in the future. But a few years ago came one of those curveballs. In 2014, when my dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, he decided very quickly, with a tremendous amount of conviction, that the right thing for the company, for our family, and for him was to retire as CEO immediately. 3 years earlier than planned, 3 years I had counted on having to prepare myself as a potential candidate to succeed him. And so, after an accelerated transition, I found the baton of a now 120-year-old company being handed off to me at age 35. And on that baton were carved these 4 solemn words: "Don't mess this up." Actually, there was a different 4-letter word carved, but I didn't think it'd be appropriate for this ceremonial function, construction speak. Those words they might as well have been engraved on the baton, because those were the words going through my head. I was nervous. How was I going to carry on our company's legacy in a way that I, my family, and our 50,000 employees around the world would feel proud of? Or, to frame the question in terms of your mission at the Clark School, how was I going to ensure that Bechtel continues to have impact? What could I do to help turn fearless ideas into innovation that betters the lives of millions of people? What I've come to appreciate is this: fearlessness isn't about not having doubts or questions. It's about owning your doubts and questions. It's about acknowledging them. It's about using them to better prepare yourself, and most importantly, finding it in yourself to go forward in spite of those doubts and questions. Which brings me to you. If you haven't already, you're going to have your own moments of truth. If you think you already have, you've got more and harder ones coming, trust me. You'll wonder sometimes, do I have what it takes? Am I too young? Am I too inexperienced? Are my ideas too crazy? Will they laugh at me? Pay special attention to these moments. Embrace them. Lean into them. There dare to be great opportunities. Remember that few people actually get those opportunities to tackle projects and work full of hope and purpose. In your quest to have impact, those doubts and questions are often the signs that you're on the right path. As one of my mentors still to this day always reminds me, you know you're over the target when you're encountering flak. Those doubts and questions and that momentary fear, they're signs that you're challenging yourself, that you're approaching something that matters, that has purpose. As we like to say at Bechtel, that you're daring to dream big. Just as that baton I mentioned was passed to me, so too is there another baton that's being passed today, to our generation. Like you, I'm one of 75 million millennials, now the largest generation in our country. We've grown up in an era of economic, political, and social earthquakes, of growing controversies and contradictions. I think if we somehow had our own collective Facebook page, our relationship status with the world would be, it's complicated. The world feels more complex than ever. Our place in it feels less clear, and our ability to bridge the gaps and make it better feels less certain to each of us. The beliefs and attitudes that inspired earlier generations, great generations, don't seem to reconcile anymore with the realities that we see around us. The institutions we used to rely on seem less capable than ever of dealing with big issues, from inequality to climate change, to global security and social justice, just to name a few. So it's falling to our generation to find new ways, to think differently about how we tackle these big challenges, to rebuild the public's trust on new foundations, and to do it in ways that reflect our values and our vision for the future. So where do we start? What can you do individually? I'll give you 3 ideas that I hope you'll remember as you go forward. This is the unsolicited advice part of the speech today. These are relevant ideas for all of us, but especially for you, as the rising generation of problem solvers on whom the rest of the world will depend. The first is dare to innovate. Have the confidence and courage to bring your disruptive ideas to the table. The crazier, the better. We need your creativity and ingenuity to solve the complex problems we face. The second is dare to include. Bring together people from diverse races, genders, cultures, ages, religions, and backgrounds. Because when we do that and work together as a team, we come up with better solutions. Diversity is a force multiplier, not a divider. So work fiercely to ensure that every place you go is set up to take advantage of the strengths that lie in our different unique perspectives and experiences. Become a world-class listener to those different experiences and perspectives. Mine those different perspectives and experiences for the best answers, and great things will happen. And the third is dare to protect. We live in a world that constantly tempts us with the lure of quick fixes and short-term rewards. Resist that. Take the long view. Think and act with your legacy in mind. When you retire, maybe in 40 or 50 years from now, what do you want to be known for? And remember that we only create real value for ourselves and the people around us when what we do is sustainable for our planet and for our communities. These aren't just nice things to do. They're things we absolutely must do if we're going to succeed individually and together. I admit, these things are hard. It's not an accident that I use the word dare. They require us to take personal risks and to work hard, really, really hard. Here's another hard truth that we talk a lot about at our company. No one is coming. It is up to us. There is not another room full of smart people like you already working on the solutions to today's or tomorrow's problems. Assume that it's just us sitting here today and that no one else is coming. We have to figure it out however we can, with whatever we have, and with whoever is here. As scary as that may be, I am full of optimism, and even more so when I look out over this incredibly talented, high-potential community of scholars, of engineers, and of world changers. Our confidence in big institutions may be lower, but our confidence in ourselves and in each other should be stronger than ever. We are the best educated generation in history, the most ethnically and racially diverse, the most technologically savvy and adept. Military strategists in the early 1990s coined an acronym called VUCA, which stands for an environment that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Our generation, the millennial generation, grew up in this world, and we've learned to thrive in it amid uncertainty and ambiguity. So to come back to that question, do I think you're ready? Do I think we're ready? Absolutely, I do, but that's less important than what you think. It's up to you, and the world is counting on you. Steve Jobs, in 2005, gave a great commencement address at Stanford. If you haven't ever come across it, look it up or watch it sometime. His famous advice at the end is this: stay foolish. By which he meant follow your heart and your intuition. Never settle. Live your own life, not somebody else's. And never, ever lose your sense of adventure. I will wrap up today with a variation on that for you. Stay fearless. The world needs your fearless ideas. It needs you to dream big. It needs your impact. All of us who are here to support you today, we're counting on you, and we're here to help. Congratulations and thank you again. Good luck, Godspeed, and go Terps.
Thank you, Brendan, for those fearless remarks from a fearless leaders. Let me reiterate some of his fearless sage advice to you. Dare to innovate, number one. Number two, dare to include, that is, include all diversity to solve complex problems. Number three, dare to protect. You must protect this planet. And finally, in the words, as he said, of Steve Jobs, it's okay to be foolish. So it's okay to be foolish, but innovate while you're being foolish. Disruptive innovation is all in your hands. He gave you the right remarks to be fearless. Let's give Mr. Brendan Bechtel another round of applause. Thank you, Brendan. I mean, I don't think you all understand that the Bechtel family is one of America's most coveted jewels that our nation has. 5 generations of Bechtel have run the Bechtel Corporation. I grew up and went to school in the Bechtel Engineering Library at UC Berkeley. Bechtel is even personally dear to me. I had a Bechtel scholarship. So, Mr. Bechtel, I am also personally grateful to your lineage who gave me a scholarship. Thank you, Mr. Bechtel, as well. Now at these commencement exercises in the spring, we always like to recognize one of our own on the faculty who has distinguished him or herself in teaching. So it gives me great pleasure to announce that Dr. Kyu-Young Choi, professor of the Department... Yes, well done. Professor of the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering has been selected as this year's recipient of the Poole and Kent Company Teaching Award for Senior Faculty. Please stand, Dr. Choi, at your chair. Yep, give him a round of applause. The Faculty Selection Committee noted the quality and impact of Dr. Choi's teaching, in particular his teaching evaluation scores, his balance of theory and applications, use of active learning and ability to break down complex problems so that they can be solved, make him an exceptional teacher. Students also noted their appreciation of Dr. Choi's humor, respect, and use of classroom relaxation techniques. Dr. Choi has won numerous awards. Dr. Choi has won numerous awards, including the DuPont Young Faculty Award and the NSF Presidential Young Investigator Award at the start of his career, and the Sigma Chi Contribution to Science Award more recently. He is an elected member of the National Academy of Engineering of Korea and the Korean National Academy of Sciences and Technology. His work in industry includes collaborations with major corporations such as Exxon Chemical, DuPont, Dow, Eastman Chemical, Solvay, Honeywell, and Shell Chemical, as well as major chemical companies in Europe, Asia, and South America. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Choi. Joining me at the podium is Mr. Donald Campbell, Vice President of Operations at Poole and Kent Corporation, is with us to share and present the award.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
How about another round of applause for Dr. Choi? And now I'm very excited to introduce our student speaker, Mr. Samrat Jha, who was born in the tiny village of Shishut, Nepal, and was raised in the capital city of Kathmandu, Nepal. Mr. Jha acquired a passion for learning and at a very young age and enrolled in a wide variety of classes early on. None were more impactful than a web development course that he took at the age of 11 years old. That web development course has shaped his learning experiences since. With Nepal recovering from a very bloody civil war, Mr. Jha's family immigrated to the United States under the Diversity Visa Lottery Program to escape the country's politically violent climate. He graduated with top honors from Paint Branch High School right up the street. That's right. Mr. Jha participated in our Entrepreneurship and Innovation Honors Program, where he co-founded his successful startup Pinpointer, a geolocation addressing app for developing countries. During his college career, he interned at Pegasus, a scientifically acclaimed LIGO project that was used to prove Einstein's gravitational waves theory. After graduation, he is very excited to begin working as a junior software engineer at Appian. Please join me in welcoming Samrat Jha.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samrat Jha, and I'm incredibly honored to stand before you today as the undergraduate commencement speaker for the Clark School of Engineering. Wow. Now, there are times I barely thought I'd graduate, let alone make it up here. So I want to start by thanking my family. They're up there somewhere, right there. Without you, I most definitely would not be here today. So it's as much your day as it is mine. I also want to thank everyone else's family and support system for getting you all here today, because without you all, I would be speaking to an empty stadium today. So thank you all for everything you've done. Come on. Now, all our paths that brought us here are wildly different, and so I cannot possibly make this speech applicable to everyone, but I do want to share 3 lessons that I learned on my life journey here. 1 lesson I learned from experience, 1 I strive to learn every day, and 1 I learned from others. Lesson number 1, your circumstances don't determine where you can go, They only determine where you start. Now, 8 years ago, almost to this day, I was flying kites and playing soccer on ragged construction fields in the tiny country of Nepal where I grew up. If you had told me then that just a few years later, I would be standing before you all today talking about my life experiences, I would have laughed you out of the room. I was growing up at a time when my country was entrenched in a civil war, and I would wake up every day and check the news to see if the violence in the streets had gotten so bad that I wouldn't be able to go to school that day. I would run home from playing soccer in the streets at 4 p.m. every day to catch the episode of Pokemon, because we only got electricity for 4 hours a day, and that was my one chance to watch it. And when the lights went out at 8 p.m. every night, we would all be engulfed in a different kind of darkness. I was convinced this was how it was going to be forever, and today is unimaginable for 14-year-old me. I built a reality today that I couldn't even fathom a few years ago by just striving to not let where I started yesterday determine where I am today. And who you are today isn't who you need to be tomorrow. So if you don't have everything figured out right now, or you don't know where you're going next, I'm here to tell you that that's okay. Just keep doing everything you can to shape a better tomorrow. Nepal today is a safe, vibrant, and beautiful place beyond my wildest imagination when I moved here all those years ago. Greatness was in store for Nepal. Greatness was in store for me, and believe me, greatness is in store for you. You just may not be able to see it yet. Lesson number 2, always have a dream to chase. Today, standing before you all is a dream come true for me, and yet I don't quite feel content. There's a nagging voice in my head that's always stayed with me, that always goes, congratulations, that's one dream down. What are we achieving next? And this voice has given me something to chase every single moment of every single day, and so every dream I achieve just puts another one right in front of me, just out of reach. I'll never catch them all. But I'm just fine with that because it gives me something to keep on chasing. And speaking of commencement today is a memory I will cherish forever and a dream I have now realized, and yet the voice has already kicked in my head, urging me to begin on my journey into newer dreams. And I know this voice exists for us all, or we would not be here today. We would have stopped at high school graduation or have no plans for after college if we all didn't have a version of this voice pushing us to be more than what we are today. So let that voice push you forward, because no one changed the world by standing still. Lesson number 3, fail big. The very first time I sat through this lesson was when I was very young at my school in Nepal, and we had a guest speaker come in to talk about his experiences climbing Mount Everest. He had conquered the grandest mountain on earth at a tender age of 16 years old, becoming the youngest person in the world at the time to do so. He didn't start his speech with the story of that climb, though. He told us about the year before when he made that climb and failed. He got to within 1,000 feet of his dream summit and had to turn back because he was losing his fingers to frostbite. He barely mentioned his successful climb that day because what stuck with him the most was a burning desire to try again after he had dreamt big and failed big. That failure gave him everything he needed in life to continue succeeding, and he told us that it's okay to fall as long as you fall forward. And hearing about how his failure was critical to his success has always given me hope that every failure is bringing me one step closer to mine. What I learned from him that day is that you never know which attempt is going to get you to your summit until you step up and try again. So I urge you, class of 2018, to go out into the world, regardless of where it is you start in life, regardless of what success means to you, and regardless of what dream it is you are chasing, to fall forward when your frostbite knocks you down. And when you get back up, have the courage to stare at your mountain, make the climb, and reach for that summit again. Because every winner is a loser that tried just one more time. Thank you, and congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Thank you. Stay right there. Thank you. Stay right there. It's coming. Yeah. So Samrat, thank you for sharing your personal story. Thank you for honoring us with, your coming to University of Maryland and making it big and failing big. Was it an introduction to engineering design where you failed big?
Yes, that was my first experience.
So let's give him another round of applause. Great job. And let me just say this, could your parents stand, your family stand? Thank you for immigrating to the United States. Thank you for sharing your son with us. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, we had two great speakers. Unbelievable. So are you guys ready to get your diplomas? All right. Well, let me share a few more things with you, and then we're going to start doing that. You're about to all become Clark School alumni. Yes, that means you can come back for sporting events, reunions, and of course, Maryland Day. But I know you'll do more than just that. As engineers, we can help guide younger students to succeed and grow. For example, you can offer to be a mentor for a Clark School student, help recruit students to work for your employer, or tell high school students about your great Clark School experience. Here is someone who can help you get started. Miss Elizabeth Goldwasser, standing there, give her a round of applause. She is the president of the Engineering Alumni Network. And her counterpart, Miss Heather Medina, who's sitting right next to her, is the director for alumni engagement in the Clark School. They are here to help you get involved and stay connected with the Clark School through events and volunteer opportunities. I hope you will also consider joining the University of Maryland Alumni Association. For the first year after graduation, you are eligible, and I mean eligible, for a discounted new grad price on membership to the Engineering Alumni Network. That includes the Golden Terps, by the way. If you're not members, you can still become a member. We hope you'll join and show your Terp engineering pride. Let's give them again another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for commencement exercises, and first and foremost, we're going to do our Golden Terps.
At this time, we would like to honor our Golden Terps who have joined us for the ceremony by recognizing them individually.
Mr. Keith Engerman, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Civil Engineering. Dr. Soo-Young Cheng, Master of Science, 1968, Electrical Engineering, PhD, 1971, Electrical Engineering. Mr. John Horrocks, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Electrical Engineering. Mr. John Caker, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Electrical Engineering. Mr. John Trex, Bachelor of Science, 1963, and Master of Science, 1969, Civil Engineering. Mr. Richard Milstead, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Mechanical Engineering. Mr. Donald Myers, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Electrical Engineering. Mr. Harry Van Trees, Master of Science, 1958, Electrical Engineering. Mr. Russell Werniff, Bachelor of Science, 1964, Master of Science, 1968, Mechanical Engineering. Mr. Mark Wilbur, Bachelor of Science, 1968, Electrical Engineering. Mr. John LaBerge, Bachelor of Science, 1953, Chemical Engineering.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in engineering please rise? Dr. William Forney, Associate Dean of the Clark School, will present the graduates.
Dean Pines, in accordance with the recommendations of the faculty of the A. James Clark School of Engineering, I request that you recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
I am pleased to accept the faculty's recommendation, and I am honored to recognize those graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the graduates please be seated? Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Aerospace Engineering please come forward? Dr. Norman Worley, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
David Arthur Harumian. Matteo Ranieri. Benjamin Chang. Atipat Kipruhan, double degree, computer science. Chinonso Oscar Ude. Ireme Memwen Ebewele.
Can you go down and find
Brian Patrick Davis, cum laude. Christopher William Kennedy. James Kim.
Where?
Duke Zhang. Ryan Collins. Chung Ho Ham. Barnabas Young. Dong Q Hong. Jacob Matthew Zimbauer. Alexander Chung. Matthew David. Andrew Powers. Noah Robinson. Luke Amatucci. Stephen Hunsberger. Michael Bassett. Gabriel Segnatelli.
Peter.
Mark Anthony Scheiderli.
I'm already going to be here.
Jacqueline Spindler Green. Nash Avery Snodgrass. Sean Carl Garahan. Andrew Delmont. Ian Kevin Barr. Logan Daniel Gibb. Austin Mahowald. Nolan Michael Mikeman. Dale Martin. G. Min Chang. Mohammed Nassif. Neil Patel. Luke William Renegar, summa cum laude. Christopher John Mosman. Zane Gardenhauer. Christopher Bernard. Bianca Constance Fulton. Kyle William Kaplan. Saimali Kachragada. Jacob Sandral. Wesley Reed Weinkem. Jonathan David DeToro. Evan Pico, cum laude. Jason Zhu. Javia Rajesh Kumar Patel. Derek Christopher Beerley. Peter Stewart White. Henry Stephen Gillen. Jared Stephen Bumgardner. Joshua Carreri. Christopher Calvin Wald. Jonathan Patrick Morley. Ryan Michael Quinn. Dylan Bell. Benjamin Adam. Jeremy Sugars. Skylar Trithall. Nicholas Levetsky. Caitlin Malone. Corinna Amy Bucco. Melissa Joy Adams. Rosemary Catherine Davidson. Caitlin Alyssa Blair. Asil Syed. Spencer Aman. Caleb Fricky. Joseph Michael Bryce. William Whitmore, summa cum laude. Derek Bertrand Thompson. Jacob McCullum, cum laude. Katerina Sherman, magna cum laude. Zachary J. Plotkin, summa cum laude. David Andrew Snyder, double degree, economics. Virgilio Antonio Bandini, cum laude. Benjamin Graney Green. Andrew Jones, cum laude. Matthew Angel. Sean Sunil Holior. Rahul Menon. Cole Edward Souza, magna cum laude. Brian Varghese. Ilya Simonov. John Henry Bolster. Daniel Alexander Lee. Nathaniel Alexander Lawless. Richard Sponseller. Jennifer Vong.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in bioengineering please come forward? Dr. John P. Fisher, Chair of the Fischel Department of Bioengineering, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Christine Elizabeth Anderson. Jane Emilia Rouse. Kellen Nicole Wigand. Joseph Garrity Dawson. Samuel Jaehoon Han. Alex Wu. Lucia Maria Fernandez. Kelly Maureen Hollowak. Marisa Caroline Adelman. Lily Motobar. Moray Teresa Fay. Julia Phillips Ringel. Connie Pham Nguyen. Gina Nicole Lingberg. Riddhi Gopal. Beda Ravi Shankar. Lisa Maria Kisun Singh. Audrey Lynn Hefner. Nami Shoshana Feldman. Sarah Catherine Taylor. Monil Manish Gotsara. Jessica Yao. Sukriti Ghosh. Joanne May Chan. Kara Grace Huey. Tiffany Gui Yun Wan. Monica Joy Chu. Stephanie Anastasia Krikorian Hutchinson. Uva Dailan. Aaron Dominic Bruce. Elizabeth Ann Wilson. Jordan Anthony Gorsuch. Afrin Amina Parvez. Kaylin Adair. Alston Cow. Alex Poo. Nicholas Cha. Tim Kamalidinov, magna cum laude. Joe Puthumana. Brandon Chu. Andrew Blake Lippy. Brian Spear Wan. Anna Rochelle Gudelsky. Evan Zachary Botterman. Katie Rose Geary. Jesse Vo. Carrie Alice Baumgartner. Stephanie Nicole Hughes. Ladisha Desiree Robinson. Emma Catherine Dobry. Sarah Naili Arei. Zoe Moat. Jacqueline Lee Dempsey. Shannon Sheridan Larson. Allison Elise Meltzer. Madeline Dana Golden. Erica Gabriella Brown. Thomas Royal Mumford. Carol Lee Purdy. Jessica K. Bayer. Turki Ibrahim Al-Ahmadi. Patrick Joseph Grandinetti. Wesley David Niswander. Jimmy Wu. Yusuf Navid. Nicole Teresa Palumbo. Sarah Prescott Staines. David Dubé. David Tri Nguyen. Tyrus Jinhao Wong. Justin DeVos. Jacob Michael Gross. Riley Drumont Kane. Brooke Morella Chesney. Serenity Antoinette Miller. Adam Gregory Paley. Ajay Kurian. Metejan Erdi. Havisha Garimella. Elaine Athanasia Nakas. Christopher Andrew Mekus. Amy Garcia Vivas. Nidhi Gandhi. Malavika Shukla. Noam Ganot. Natalie Katrina Livingston. Nicholas Scott Giroux. Boris Deogracias Giguemende. Michael Kenneth Wong. Manuel Nicolas Mastromanolis. Jacob Connor McCrite. Vu Quang Nguyen. Anthony Huang Sun Nam. Dylan Andrew Donnelly. Sonia Corina Williams. Andrew Lawrence Broda. Troy Thomas Walker. Devin John Wright. Thomas Matthews. Andres Ignacio Gonzalez.
At that corner.
Aaron Thomas Cherian. Joseph Shua Kim. Carolyn Yorland Dong. Valerie Gupta. Nigin Haghini.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering please come forward? Dr. Peter Kofinas, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Adrian Johnston. Sulin Wu. Lauren Elizabeth Van Exter. Priyanka Hegde Hirianka. Manoj Ruvinda Silva. Alexander Patrick Mitchell. Aditya Shajil. Cameron Nicholas Conley. Annika Verst. Emily Arnold. Sonia Arya. Garvey McCune. Theodore Phobe, double degree, biochemistry, cum laude. Joshua Schultz. Stephanie Lee Chill. Nimit Raju Patel, summa cum laude. Sarah Wayne. Vivian Tran. Ross Betchery. Marissa Renee Meyer. Oliver Shannon Mead. Sterling Chase Gordon. Rachel Pennington. Deborah Olawuni. Megan Lay. Eileen Shee. Ni Tao Lee. Sophia Dietrich. Kyle Patrick. Gregory Janutowski. James Stephen. Tyler Klein. Michael Thomas Kelleher. Matthew Bohinski. Zachary William Spawn. Benjamin Andrew Morales. Brandon Lara Gomez. Trey Russell Mason. Karan Patel. Adam Farrick. Morgan Elizabeth Solzbach, magna cum laude. Joseph William Repack. Rebecca Jaiwe Fan. Hema Manivanan. Catherine Borig. Fatima Naruzi. Nina Vivian Uchida, cum laude. Hanshu Wang, double degree, mathematics. Wei Li Wu. Colby Francor. Paul Hahn. Jerry Ma, magna cum laude. Kevin Joseph Dragonette, summa cum laude. Kelly Rebecca Hillen. Robert James Alsop. Samantha Weaver, summa cum laude. Anna Gubert-Gavo. Julie Ann Kessler. Mateo Antonio Ricci. Luke John O'Malley. David Joseph Hans. John Mark Cross. Samuel Guo. Tanner Fender. Daniel Drost. Maria Shevchuk, cum laude. Bongrok Choi. Kenneth Parker. Amanda Louise Stewart. Mackenzie Colette Fitzgerald. Sulliver Pusey. Kiana Maria Franklin. Miles Harrison. Rukiat Oroyo.
Go to that corner and stop.
Francis Oyebanjo. Samuel Swansea Yamsen. Iuel Abraham Gorfu. Adil Malik. Ziad Finis. TC Shi. Michael Grady McKee. Benjamin Levi Richardson.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Civil and Environmental Engineering please come forward? Dr. Charles Schwartz, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Matthew Earl Groff. Rima Ramanel Domadia. Alejandra Felgueroso. Madison Elisa Boone. Jill Sarah Smith. Nicole Elizabeth Wilson. Noah Thomas Sinkar. Michelle Barbara Hufford. Samantha Paredes Corbell. Jacqueline Taylor. Michelle Lynn Stanley. Sean Joseph Duffy. Stephanie Jane Chris. Summer Ann Lagambi. Savannah Lee Swaim. Alix Lafonta. Carol Lynn Webb. Claire Harvey. Rachel Nicole Strauss. Jessica Schroeder. Justin Robert Berger. Christopher Joseph Zufali. Jake Louis Ebert. Melody Lei Yun Sao. Natasha Tatiana Gelman. Chelsea Legaspi. Jennifer Young Yoon. Julius Sandy. Travis Allen Danko. Ariel Leah Jarvis. Alexander Ronald Dixon. Sean Richardson. Ashley Cohen. David Andrew Larson. Alexander Joseph D'Alessio. David Alexander McGregor. Paul James Fritz. Kyle James Zelkowski. Bradley James Hogan. Charles Michael Wernick. Christopher Louis Satterfield. Andrew Stephen Reitzitz. Daniel Clayton Webb. Nicholas Richard Dasher. Cameron James Spruill.
Thank you.
Tiger Jihao Chen. Koku Anuma. Saha Nilupama De Always. Jacob Andrews Nichols. Brian Gonsalves. Richard M. Meehan. Patrick Joseph Catafias. Brandon Michael Quinn. Kamil Adam Baraniewicz. Amy Francis Conley. Dylan Schultz. Dane Golson. William Ryan Beveridge. Michael Joseph Glasser. Leanne Du Nguyen. Djani Strahm. Victoria John Lafemina. Ivana Giselle Olivares. Cheyenne Nicole Nader. Joy Yiran Wang. Ramya Srinivasan.
Civil.
Jason Liu. Jonathan Andrew Brian Aspito. Wing Mei Alexandria Ko.
Congratulations.
Abdul Rahman Arnaus. Bilal Ahmad Rana. Rachel Antomate. Anthony Doban. Guillermo Terrazas Dominguez. John Joseph Bretley.
Stop. Stop right there.
Ting Lu Hino. Juan Carlos Coronado.
Electrical and computer.
Salisa Chabron Knights.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical and Computer Engineering please come forward? Dr. Rama Chalapa, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Samrat Jha. Matthew Henry, Du, double degree, Japanese. Danny Goldberg, magna cum laude. Andrew Putlock. Matthew Bao Dang. Tokir Abdullah. Jesse Pai. Michael Kevin Jurens. Eric Paul Meissner. Cole Michael Alban. Samuel James Guro. Evelyn Chengaloff. William George Maloney III. Trey Sarmentio Venegas. Alex Deng, cum laude. Ian Hanshaw Wilmoth. Josiah David Boyle. Lucas Stephen Hayes. Brian Levine. Jeremy Brigham Meredith. Zachary Elliott Schwartz. Daniel Thomas Beck, cum laude. David Aitan Kaplan. Daniel Robert Rosenberry. Kevin Michael Merrick. Neil Kana, cum laude. Anjana Shenoy. Jody Lynn Flanders Summa, cum laude. Aisha Doshi. Sean Michael Burr. Gursimran Chapla. William Zhang. Andrew Wong, cum laude. Matthew Segar. Govardhan Arunagiri. Mingbo Gu. John Patrick Fitzgerald. Bradley Scott Felton. Michael David Hinahan. Michael Salvatore Caramonte. Christopher William Jackson. Eileen Liu. Timothy Michael Mernon, summa cum laude. Harry Van Cow. Tiffany Xian Yen, cum laude. Tiffany Sarah Jasha. Jacob Allen Lejeune. James Michael Gayton. Benjamin Michael Cannon, double degree physics, summa cum laude. Jason Robert Chula. Brian Thomas Zoe, cum laude. Timothy Patrick Morrill. Rahul Druv. Brendan John Sheehy, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Jimshang Wan. Shuyin Wang. Yiming Wu. Anthony Brightsman. Victor Chan. Simo Lin. Brandon James Newman. Zachary Abe Lee. Jonathan Pierce. Alex Johnny. Mahituish Patel. Nikhil Kanpal, cum laude. Dylan O'Regan. Omar Helmi Abdelkader. Daniel Schofield. Carl Chunhao Yi. Janelle Talati. Yichen Kian. Catherine Paige Crisafulli. Kevin Conrad Holliday. Mackenzie Lee Robertson. William Henry Villa. Renee Atkins. Kumi Tesfaye. Chukuma Collins Anthony Odigwe. Peter Tan. Julian David Hammett. Nicole Marie Armstrong. Hasmi Johnny. Alima Johannes Arasro. Yuan Lang. Theodore Nikolajczyk. Anthony Caputo, summa cum laude. Teddy Mangustu. Sai Megasina Chavali. Maitri Randeria, cum laude. Camille Melissa Murray. Hanish Padiar. Nathaniel Ryan Mako. Abraham Darwish. Salman Morshed. Sydney Jordan Edwards. Alexander Edward Scott. Christopher Stephen Rand. William Gable Kay. Christopher Daniel Wilson. James Martin Craybill. Katie Lynn Ruland. Cody Allen Cashmark. Kevin Julian Ward, cum laude. Brett Noah Rogers. Aaron Joshua Fratkin. Alexander Crutan. Jason Philip Malon. Marwan Nafa. Ryan Andrew Wong. Alex Yu Lee. Andre Sebastian Guzman. Glenn Wyche. Jeffrey Palo, cum laude. Maj Sabak Zaker. Asbert Libra Octavianus. Aditya Dev Dash cum laude. Christopher Martin DeFrancisci. Daniel Eric Camberiati. Roshan Talagala. Dong Lee. Raymond Tan. Shea Chin Ting. Peng Chen. Nicholas Jordan Ordanza. Ryan Lewis Rinker, magna cum laude. Evan Leo Hying. Gerald Vincent Discoli. Bibiana Valdez. Corey Maxwell Ferrick, double degree, Spanish language and literature. Madison Varvaris. Peter Young DeVille, magna cum laude. Jonathan Huang, double degree, mathematics. Arun Sitharaman, summa cum laude. Tiffany Trang Tran. Jonathan Dasulas, summa cum laude. Trevor Solberg. Xingchen Lee, cum laude. Jason Tang. Vladimir Makrushin. Ryan Roland Smith. Christopher Roque. Richard Miller. Joshua Stephen Eichel, double degree, computer science. Samuel Lima. Charles Wadupare Pereira. Zemichael Yamane. Sami Abuzane. Ndukwe Induma.
Why are they stopping them?
Pavel Blichak.
So, why are they stopping them now?
Matthew David Rosenfeld. James Kang. Elizabeth Wrighton. Trevor Nesbitt.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Alexa Tavasoli.
You could go up to that corner and stand there.
Augustine Anikwong Obina.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Fire Protection Engineering please come forward? Dr. James Milkey, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Rachel Morgan Eckley. Gregory Joseph Fiola. Rachel Elizabeth Burasa. Grant Allen Millenberg. Garrett James Sheets. Matthew Joseph Weston Dawes. Anhui Kyle Dang. Nicholas Joseph Zulinski. Hunter Simpson. Lindsay Ann Hufford. Portia Changmin Silva. Zoe Elena Ladwick. Rachel Sarah Lenchner. Catherine Laura McKee. Margaret Julianne Tatum. Jeremy Owen Knopf. Michelle Colleen Smith. Nicole Catherine Welch. Alexa Renee Kushner. Michael Vernon Heck. Connor Andrew Van Syok. Lucas Summerfield Crofton. Eric Thomas Oth. John Anthony Hoffman.
This materials. Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Materials Science and Engineering please come forward? Dr. Ray Phaneuf, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Jeremy Asher Cade. Patrick William Airley. Alan Benjamin Kaplan, magna cum laude. Kaylee Marie Straka. Ricky Zhu. Miriam Shindell Silton, summa cum laude. Alan Murphy, cum laude. Jason Tyler Fleischor. Luke Christopher Savage. Alexandra Rose Murphy. Ariana Michelle Avilan Yaramillo.
When you get to that corner, stop at the
Nicole N. Nodar. Evan James Winter. Alice Chow. Stephen Hong. John Melville Hayden, cum laude. Allison Michelle Orr. Spencer Logan Kronthal, cum laude. Dylan Jesse Kirsch.
Will the graduates who received the Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering please come forward? Dr. Bala Balachandran, Chair of the Department, will join Dean Pines in greeting the graduates.
Eric Labrie Bridal. Jeremy William Brown. Florence Olivia Stevenson. James Edward Bowie. Vivek Narendra Mistry. Welbeck Sintim. João Pedro Montezo Coelho. Ali Doniaroy Nejati. Dakota Aubrey Wilhelm. Esben Diestroop Jepsen. Samantha Lee Lawler. Victoria Christina Lee. Teresa Ann Bounds. Carlos Roberto Lanza Galeas. Timothy Chandler Servi. Joshua Christian Gauss. Matthew Thomas Houtman. Kate Teresa Hand. Brandon Blanchard. Evan Harris Feinberg. Elise Miriam Green, double degree in computer science, summa cum laude. Carolyn Ellen Massey. Surabi Kondapaka, double degree computer science, magna cum laude. Catherine Leah Jan, summa cum laude. David Gabriel Alcantara, summa cum laude. Patrick Robert Musselman. Amanda Elizabeth Bank. Valerie Renee Cazot. Nicole Devon Comvisar. Christopher Randall Strem, cum laude. Harula Marianthi Tamaras. Jessica Lee McWilliams, magna cum laude. Trevor Ward Appler. David Philip Rennert. Ethan Thomas Burbridge. Mahesh Guda. Brennan Scott Williams. Joshua Philip Novick. Clifton Edward Buxbaum. Paul Gregory Monaghan. Joseph Tyler Buto. Vincent Chen double degree computer science. Juiting Xu. Li Wei. Daniel Taehuan Kim. Keong Il Bei. David Chen. Grant Kaftan Giftos. Trevor Lawrence Flatch. Ryan Patrick Schmidt. Brian Andrew Stika. Brian Charles Mulligan. Jose Antonio Bonilla Jr. Sadie Delane Isakower. Adam Sean Viner. Matthew Scott Sweats. Brendan Basil Parlett. Steve Michael Blumenthal. Yaming Jia. Garrett Scott Wiles. Kyle Irving Thibault. Stephen Michael Powers. Patrick Lloyd O'Shea. Joseph Kyle Wood. Noah James Sutner. Tate Albert Carter Graham. Sherlock Swan Gillette. Nikolai Alexander Poist. Jackson Connor McCarty. Muturi Gakangi Kiruti. David Yu. Mark Edwin DiMarzio. Matthew Pierce Cantor. Kevin Fat Tuan Hong. Andrew Peter Scontras. Suleiman Sultan Ba. Jordan Terrazas. Getacho Antene. Zelalem Damtiu. Jonathan Estifanos. Arbor Gashi. Thomas Carpentier. Abraham Alexander Irias. Danielus Jonas Zilevicius. Justin Kai Tang. David Allen Working. Devin Conrad Kogan. Sebastian Marco Bio. Benjamin James Nardo. Erin Colleen Moser. Elisa Ann Mummert, cum laude. Ryan Alexander Hutchins. Sebastian Romo, cum laude. Joseph Stephen Wofford. Timothy Michael Raymond. John Broderick Burns. Christopher Jensen Laughlin. David Patrick Thibault. Andrew John Endres. Joshua Nathaniel Rezafker. Matthew Alexander Klein. Matthew Christopher Morris. Patrick Joseph King. Mitchell Robert Poe. Drew Corey. Thomas Samuel Deloach. Matthew James Fitzgerald. Omar Said Alvi. Cesar Francisco Ramirez. Cody Stephen Niblet. Thomas Carlacci. Junel Magno Rivera. Patrick Vincent Findle. Vivek Kenny Ravi Shankar. Philip Royce. Michael Arthur Schreibman. Andrew Stephen Dervenis. Catherine DeMerle, magna cum laude. Thomas Casey Reynolds. Samuel McManus Sherman. Justin Matthew Mile. Ethan Sternstein. Keijin Wang. Kathleen Alice Miller. Jacob Warren Hudson. Mika Doro Arnson Serota. John Matthew. Andrew William Bradshaw. Manasi Pukazenti. Trisha Umesh Patel. Justin Michael Goddard. Brandon Jeremiah James Bradley. Ryan Frankel. Emma Cecile Normal. Sam Sloan Lewando. Bryce Peterson. Joy Shen. Aman Mengis. Matthew Dexter Hahn. Benjamin Fendley Spalding. Aji Mamat. Umu Sidibe. Delmi Carolina Morales Rodriguez. Jessica Beatriz Contreras. Kevin Joel Moreno. Kwame Serge Abgoku. Kevin Alexander Dubon. Santiago Vivas Gonzalez. Brian Jesus Sanchez Pariachi. Antonio Borcart Rosado. Alex Bay. Andrew Evan Lance. James Gregory Psoras. Edwin Antonio Ramos Rios. Robert Parker Woods. Connor Michael Reynolds. Neil William Denny. Artur Marek Roman. Alexander Piquet, summa cum laude. Zachary James Rodriguez. John Willem Folkerts. Matthew Edward Caspero, cum laude. William Charles Shriver Grable. Brooke Amanda Benson. Christina Lee Swika. Ashley Nicole Keffer, cum laude. Catherine Alexander Goetz. William Manuel Dawkins. Richard Trent Weidman. Zain Bial. Sharik Zia Siddiqui. James Kermnan. April Julaine Privet. Kyle David Olszewski. Daniel Ross. Alexander Kai Johnston. William Drake Peabody. Theo James Thompson Leiska. Demosthenis Athanasios George. Sophia Thais Larkin Ralph. Che-Rin Shin. Caitlin Constance Roxy Krejcik. Yoon Ji Park. Sean Tan Tran. Paul Jun. Double degree mathematics. Zhenglian Liu. Guan Zhao Zhao. Luke Landiak. David Christian Wilkinson. Albert Liu. Megan Elizabeth Gotch. Anne Michelle Tse. Benjamin Waidon Zhu. Jerome Bay. Andrew Gregory Mayo. Marcos Ariam Colon Papaterra. Graham Tyler Nettleton. Hannah Ray Loeb. Joseph Alexander Sonkin. Maria Timofey. Eric Robert Basic. Andrew David Graham. Zachary Ball. Sean Theodore Lothar. Christopher Paul Kujava. Jaime Michael Schneier Perez. Harrison Tutelian Jennings. Rocco William De Felice. William Thomas Bogdan. Allison Grace Cleary. Christian Joseph Egbert. James Doody. Thomas Joseph Buas. Meredith Radford Murphy. Michael Grant Titus. Fallon Augustia Garner. Trevor Suchter. Christopher Michael Buckley. Grace Catherine McAtee. Kui Di Zhu. William Antonio Enels, double degree Chinese. Eric Donovan Dawson. Joshua Michael Land, double degree computer science. Randall Odom Clay. Jordan Gordo Dantzler. Felician Tyler. Eliab Aicheliam. Charia Janelle Gee. Darian Strong. Dominic Littleton.
How about those graduates? How about those graduates? We're almost done. We're almost done. What are those things? Those are the paper clips. You know, only in engineering do we give out paper clips. That's so you'll be able to connect your papers together in the future and do good work, right? So, all right, we're almost done. Our graduates, of course, are not the only ones who will be moving on to another chapter in their own careers. I want to acknowledge two distinguished individuals on our platform who are going to move on after today's commencement exercises. First and foremost, the Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Dr. Rama Chalapa, if I could have him stand. Dr. Chalapa will be stepping down at the end of the semester after serving as chair of the department for 7 years. During those years, he has upgraded undergraduate laboratories and hired more than 20% of the faculty. This faculty has expanded the department's impact on research involving artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotics, cybersecurity, signal processing, and quantum technology. It has been just an absolute joy and wonder to work every day with Dr. Chalapa. He cares a lot about the students. He cares about research. He himself has graduated 88 PhDs, which I think is one of the highest in the college. He's one of the most productive research faculty members in our college and a leader. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Rama Chalapa for all of his service. Our next person to recognize is our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Student Affairs. You know him as Dr. Bill Forney. Please stand, Dr. Forney. Dr. Forney will be stepping down as Associate Dean in September of 2018. You probably didn't know, but Dr. Forney has served this university and college for over 50 years. During this time period, he has taken, yes, we all love Dr. Forney, that's right. During this time period, he has taken numerous leadership roles, including stints as Department Chair of the Mechanical Engineering Department and Department Chair of the Aerospace Engineering Department. He has also served as our Director of Facilities. In fact, the only position that Bill has not served, which I've tried to give to him, is my job. I don't know why he doesn't want it. But I'm happy to say that Bill will remain on our faculty. He's only stepping down as Associate Dean of Undergraduate Student Affairs and Programs, and he'll work closely with the Keystone program and our Signature RISE program. Bill started the Keystone program approximately 10 years ago and has become a hallmark of our undergraduate engineering educational experience, focused on project-based learning and team learning. Bill has been a source of wisdom to all of us on this platform and an advisor to me personally and to all the deans before me and before him. I'd like to personally thank Bill for everything he has done for the Clark School. Please stand up, all of the graduates, and even the parents and family members to thank this man for what he's done for 50 years of service at the University of Maryland. You want to say anything? Okay. You sure? This is your chance.
I'm not prepared to say anything, especially after the very, very inspiring talks that we've had today. But let me just say that it doesn't seem like hardly yesterday when I started here. It has been an absolute pleasure. I can't imagine a better job nor a better place to work. And I can't imagine that anyone could have a more rewarding career than I've had. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Forney. Graduates, the time has come to start the next phase of your life. As you do, remember that you will always be welcome back here, and we hope you will be back often. We'll be right here when you need us, always in the future. Keep in touch with us and share all of your success and all of your achievements. Remember, you can always come back to the Clark School, where this is your home. Next, graduates, I'd like you to please join me in thanking your family and friends and the Clark School faculty and staff, parents, brothers and sisters, friends, faculty and staff. Thank you for your support and all you have done to make this day possible for these people who are sitting before me. Give them a round of applause, your family members. All right, settle down, settle down. We're almost done. So always at the commencement exercises, we would like to thank those who are active or are veterans of our military service to please rise. Those who are active duty service, former veterans in our services to please stand and be recognized. Those in the audience as well, thank you for your service. Thank you to our active duty military. Thank you, gentlemen. We're very proud of all of you. Thank you for all that you do for our country. Thank you. Thank you. In closing, I would like to ask you all to remember one last thing. Only those who are willing to dream, work hard, and take risks can ever truly achieve greatness. So Terps, go out there, make your mark, and impact the world. All I can say, this ends our ceremony, but most importantly, go Terps!
Please stand for the recessional. Please remain standing until the faculty and platform party have left. Congratulations to the graduates. Thank you, everyone, for coming.